Welcome back. Part 3 of Sim Driving 101 is all about trail braking. Trail braking is one of the biggest tools you have available to control the load transfer and maximise your turning grip. Trail braking, put simply, is progressively bleeding pressure off the brake pedal as you get closer to the apex of the corner. Using trail braking allows you to finish slowing the car as you start turning into the corner, rather than braking in a straight line then starting to turn. An added bonus is you can use this technique to move the apex further round the corner, which opens up the exit of the turn, meaning you can carry more speed off the corner. The headline here is this: trail braking allows you to transfer your stopping grip to turning grip without releasing that extra grip from the tyres and understeering wide. Let's look at a slide to help explain what I mean. As you can see from the graph, you usually build the braking pressure quickly and bleed off the pedal much slower. And here's why. When you hit the brakes, the car pitches forwards. This means it compresses the front suspension and forces the tyres into the road, giving you maximum stopping grip. If you release the brake too quickly, the car will jump back up on the rebound stroke of the shocks, releasing all the extra grip you've gained from using the car's balance shift to press the tyres into the road. This will result in you having to slow down to make the corner, and you will never be as fast as someone who understands load transfer and trail braking. Let's look at another slide. Here we have a basic picture representing the trail braking and turn-in phase. The green is full throttle, the red is your threshold or maximum straight line braking, and the orange is the trail braking phase. It's important to note the specific percentage reduction as you trail brake will be different depending on the corner type and the car you're driving. What we are trying to learn here are the basics, the foundations of driving fast. Let's look at some examples of good and bad technique. In this example, you can see the nose of the car dive under braking, shifting the car's balance forwards and loading the front tyres. I am able to maintain the extra load, the extra grip I have created, by slowly releasing the brake pressure as I turn into the corner. By doing this, I'm transferring the load from the front tyres to the left side tyres by being smooth with both the wheel and the pedals. In this next example, I can brake later as I'm using more brake pressure for longer, but when I start to steer, I haven't released enough of the tyre's grip to turn the corner. The front tyres can't cope with the high braking demand combined with the steering input, so I run wide. And finally, the messiest example of them all. I release the brakes suddenly, the car jumps back up on the rebound stroke of the suspension, taking load off the front tyres and leaving the front end with no grip. When this happens, I can turn the wheel as much as I like and I'm still running wide. There you have it. Examples of good and bad braking techniques, and yes, they were exaggerated to demonstrate clearly the effect on the car. So, what have we learned so far? You know from watching part 1 that you can open up the turning radius by driving the correct racing line, meaning you can corner faster. In part 2, we learned that you increase your tyre's maximum available grip when you control the car's balance and load the tyres correctly. In this part 3, we're learning that trail braking allows you to control the load transfer, and this is absolutely vital if you are to transition your braking grip into turning grip. The fact of the matter is, a fast driver steers the car with their feet as much as, if not more than, with their hands. Forget driving round corners using the steering wheel like on your road car. You have no load transfer and no tyre loading happening, and therefore cornering in a race car is nothing like driving to the local shops. To go fast, you must energise the tyres, adding grip by controlling the car's balance and correctly loading the tyres. Control is key, and the control comes from your feet. In basic terms, the steering wheel is primarily used to transition the roll. The brake and throttle controls the pitch. Roll is the car leaning left to right as you corner, pitch is the movement front to back. So, now we're starting to build up a series of tools as a driver. We now have a basic understanding of the racing line, car balance and load transfer, and now trail braking, and their symbiotic relationship. One cannot happen without the other, and all must be in perfect harmony if you want to be fast and consistent. That's all for part 3. Join me for part 4, where we will delve into the deceptive subject of steering.